Hello, hi, welcome to another weekend reading vlog. I am Johanna, me, my dog and books. Welcome to or back to my channel. If you're new here, hi. Every week I do a weekend reading vlog, and then on a Wednesday I drop another bookish booktube video about something else. This weekend I am starting it in my Sprout mug with, can you see? Big mug of mostly decaf coffee. I am starting the weekend reading Glasgow Boys by Margaret McDonald, about halfway through, so I'm going to see this author on Wednesday at Book Event in Glasgow, which I'm very excited about. I have to say, like, this is a definite for fans of Shuggy Bean, Young Mungo, and the likes. I would say it's more of a, I would say young adult, but actually I couldn't really tell. I don't even, but I would say it's much more palatable, accessible, as in like Young Mungo and Shuggy Bean are like soul destroying, and that does, you have heartfelt emotions, but it's not quite as harrowing to read. In this one you have got two main characters, Banjo and Finlay. Both have been in the care system. Finlay is beginning a course at university to become a nurse. Banjo is still in care, and he's got like a part-time job. There's been obviously there's been, so it's alluding to 3 years ago when Banjo and Finlay met, and I'm assuming had a romantic relationship. There's a bit where Finlay at university has just come out as gay, and that was so heartwarming to read. I am utterly, this has got my heart. I'm loving it. I'm really enjoying it. So hoping to finish that this weekend and give you a bit of an update. So I've got that. My mum is over this weekend. You'll see a wee bit of my mum, I think, today. She's over this weekend, next weekend, so you get my double mum. So today the plan is, if it stays dry, I'm looking at the window, to mow the grass and then take my mum out either to the charity shops, the library and a bookstore, just for a wee browse and a nosy in a coffee shop. So obviously going to be taking you with me, and there'll be lots of book chat. Really weirdly enough, right, my mum is sleeping upstairs in the spare room just now, and I had a book lying out in the spare room, is where I work from home sometimes, if not in this room, which is my other half's office. And I had a Eric LaRocca like thin novella on my, so for anyone that doesn't know, Eric LaRocca, they write like really weird dark horror. But because it's a wee novella, my mum said, oh, I picked up that book to just start reading. I was like, oh, this will be interesting. So might get some feedback on what she thinks about that book. Anyway, that was a very long ramble chat to start off this weekend reading vlog, but I shall be taking you with me. I will actually, I'm still like pyjamas, possibly the same ones you saw from last weekend. I do actually change my pyjamas every week. Why did I even tell you that? Oh my god. Anyway, I am going to get my coffee, get my book and have a good read. I am at page 128, so I kind of want to get to page 200 because I'm enjoying being in that little world. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you're currently reading. I want to know. And I'll catch you later. Hopefully dressed and out and about. Having my porridge and berries, and I'm being circled like a shark by these scallywags. I'm trying to read my book and eat my porridge. I'm not getting any. Not today. Patty's pretending.
No, not right now.
It's pretty windy, so I'm going to shout at you. Also, look at these flowers. So for the first time in a month, I've gone for a run. Because last month I injured my ankle, so I've left off the running. And it's good to be back doing it. I'm not a fast runner, I'm not a long distance runner. I just go for the movement and the fresh air. I'm taking a wee walk a bit at the now, so make sure I don't push it. I never do more than about half an hour, mostly. It's a bit windy, which is nice when you're running, and I get to see all these, not trucks, but all these wildflowers. So yeah, feeling good for it. If you feel a wee twinge, I'll just walk it off and then try again in a wee bit. Slow and steady, slow and steady. I had to stop and show you. Look at these daisies, and the Scottish thistles are coming out. Love them. Anyway, I'm going up there. We've had a wee house incident, haven't we? We have water coming through the ceiling. This is not fun times. Excuse how I look. I literally look like I've been shocked, which I have. So yeah, that wasn't a great start to the weekend. We've got water coming through our kitchen seal. Stopped now. So what actually happened was the other half got ketchup on his white t-shirt. So he thought, oh, while he was making his breakfast, so he thought, I'll go and steep that in cold water. Upstairs in the ensuite sink. Turned the tap on and forgot to turn it off. So my anxiety is through the roof and heading towards outer space. Thankfully it's nothing else, it's not a broken boiler, it's not I'm talking my through the chance. So yeah, had to put the heating on. He's sorted upstairs. We have water coming a wee bit through the kitchen ceiling, although I can't get too angry because I once did this about 2 years ago in the other bathroom that I put the sink on to steep something and walked away and forgot. So I now know never ever put a tap on and walk away. I wait till it's filled. So hopefully that's the OH's lesson. To be fair, there's no point in getting all grumpy about it at him because he'll feel worse than I could possibly make him. So yeah, it's kind of put my plans a wee bit off kilter. I've been my run, walked the dogs, fed the dogs. They didn't care about the carnage. There's towels all over the place and bowls all over the kitchen floor. So I am now going to mow the grass, hug a tree, then have a shower so I can take my mum out. Because at the moment I'm just trying to talk myself down from an anxiety attack. Oh my god. Mum?
Yes.
You got your wheels?
Yes.
Got the dogs?
And the dogs, yes.
Got the dogs. Okay.
And it's dry so
it's
far.
Dry. Yeah, and then we're
The
going.
sun's trying to shine.
Sun is trying to shine.
It's shining now.
Then we're going for coffee and cake because not only have we had water coming through our kitchen ceiling, what else did I do?
Cut the wire off the
Lawnmower. I went over my lawnmower cable and then I gave myself an electric shock.
Yes, you did.
So
With the cable.
not having a good day. Am I not?
No.
Well, you are.
I was just thinking,
What?
you don't need a third thing because your other first thing was your dishwasher.
Ah yes, I've got a broken dishwasher. Water's leaked through my kitchen ceiling and mowed the cable on my lawnmower and electrocuted myself.
That's it. Wow.
3 things. Should all be good now.
No more
No more.
accidents.
No more. Right, let's go for a walk.
Right.
An accident-free walk.
Waterstones.
Bit of Waterstones. Surround myself with books. Cheer myself up. Our favourite place. I don't know, I'm just going to look at all the amazing new books. Look at them all. Oh, it's non-fiction. I'm just taking some videos. Are you wanting a book, Mum?
No thanks, I've still got that one lying in my bed. I've still got it.
I've had that lying in your bed for 3 years. Let's go and look at the horror. I'm in my happy place after all the drama. See, fiction favourites. Hot girl summer. Did we buy any books, Mum?
No. I've got one lying in my bed. I haven't started yet.
That's my book.
I know.
It's Eric LaRocca. She doesn't realise how scary that is. Right, what, you want to go for tea or coffee now? Right, okay. Did you get cappuccino? With about 10 sugars. And half ginger nut loaf cake. And I've got a giant oat chai latte and the other half of the cake. Chin chin. Pals. What a day. My cupboard's open. I've got a pile of washing to put away. And I've just collapsed on my bed. So, as you know, the day started with me going for a nice run. First time I've gone for a run in a month. So it's nice and steady. It was quite good for clearing the mind. So I walked for a bit, but it was all fine. Then I walked the dogs. And I came in and I heard a dripping in the kitchen. I looked up and realised there was water coming through the ceiling. This is what it currently looks like now. It's dried. Oh, so I thought, oh, that's okay. The day can only get better. No. What did I then do that I told you earlier? The other half went out to play golf. We were put the heating on to try and dry out the ceiling. Which it is, to be fair. It now just looks a mess. It just looks like it's got water damage. But like the ceiling itself is in place and it's just aesthetically. So that's the main thing. But then I was mowing the lawn. Mowed over a cable. So I was like, great. Plus side, I had just about finished the lawn. So that's good. But then without thinking, picked up the cable to look at the wires to say, oh, I wonder if I could fix the plug without unplugging it. So I gave myself a mild electric shock through my legs. So that was uncomfortable. And then I was like, dear God, like, I'm done for today. I'm done for today. I've not even sat down and read my book properly. I was hoping for a chill at some point. Anyway, went for a shower and then, you know, me and my mum went out. Before we went book shopping though, pulled in to the parking spot that I normally do, like at a supermarket, and then across the road to go to the local library. So I went to the local library. I will show you the books that I got out from the library. Picked up 3 that are on reserve. And yes, because I'll talk to you about them tomorrow. And as I was walking back to the car, I opened my car door. I was off the road, so it was nowhere near my car. And I heard a big smash. And I was like, oh my God, turned around. And a car had driven into like the railings just before the kind of pedestrian crossing. And I was like, oh. So I ran down the stairs from the car park that I was at to go and see if the person was okay, along with another pedestrian. And then just as we got to see if they were okay, the guy reversed pretty quickly, ripping most of the front bumper and his license plate off his car, turned and drove off as fast as he could with the water dripping from his radiator. So I was like, oh my god, either this guy shouldn't be driving because it's stolen, or he's uninsured or whatever, or he's inebriated and also therefore shouldn't be driving. So I had to phone emergency services. Thankfully he'd ripped off his license plate, so I was able to give them that. There's a few other people picking up bits of his car from the road just so that nobody else was damaged. The fence was, so I had to log all that. They sent a police car. Anyway, that was done, left my details, went in to pick up some shopping before. By then I was like, my nerves are shot. I can't have no more drama today. No more drama. Got back into the car, dropped my shopping, and I was like, oh, the police van's there. So I went down just to say, by the way, the person that phoned in, and they're like, oh great, can we get a statement from you? So I had to stay, well, I got a statement. So they were taking pictures of the debris. Meanwhile, I think they had another police car out looking for the car, and they had sent another police officer to the house where the vehicle... Anyway, I don't know what's happened. I'm just taking some quiet time. Just need some quiet time. Anyway, so eventually me and Mum went to the kind of out of town shopping centre because there was the Waterstones. I had to go in there. I was buying a voucher for a friend's birthday. So that was the thing about, I did do a browse and think I deserve a book for today. But you know, that way my head was just in a funk in it. Like I picked up books and then I was just like, I've got tons of books at home. I've just picked up 3 from the library. What do I need another? I mean, I know when it comes to book buying, I'm not logical anyway. But yeah, I just couldn't really decide. But I took some nice. I just was in and surrounded by books, so that made me feel better. And then me and Mum went for our coffee, as you'll have seen. And now, when H came back from his golf, came back going, what the heck, what kind of day have you had? I'm like, one that's filled with too much drama, and my anxiety is through the roof. I'm exhausted. So we went out for dinner. It's me and my mum having dinner to our local Indian, which was delicious. I had a danzak, which was delicious. And that's me just back. I'm just about to get my PJs. Once I put that washing away. I'm so tired. Like, I don't even know where I've put my glasses. I was wearing my glasses, and then I think I just took them off to rub my face. And I'm hoping tomorrow's a better day. Surely. I mean, might need to paint the kitchen ceiling at some point. Literally, it's like I've got a white ceiling here, so that's the colour of my kitchen ceiling, which now currently has big, giant marks, watermarks that just look like tea coloured, which is not what the... Anyway, Glastonbury's on this weekend down in Somerset. It's a massive big music festival for anyone who may or may not know. Surely, I don't know how well known is Glastonbury well known. Anyway, whenever it's on BBC, you always have full live coverage, so watched some last night, I'll watch some tonight. I'll probably last all of 10 minutes before I fall asleep. But I will talk to you tomorrow a bit more about books, because I got... Well, do you know what's nice? I got 3 from the library, 1 non-fiction, 2 fiction. 1 I remember where I got it, why I picked it up, and the other one I have no idea. And so I'll tell you about that tomorrow. And I got a book in the post, pre-order I forgot about. Yay! Yeah, so that's me technically got 3 new books, so I didn't need another one from Warzone because I literally got one through the post today. I'll show you that tomorrow. And tomorrow I might go for a swim. I haven't, because not last weekend but the weekend before was the first time I'd gone for a Sunday morning swim, and it was quite good for my mind. So I might do that after today. And then I'm working for a few hours tomorrow afternoon, just from home. So I need to do that shift, and hopefully nothing else. Maybe Googling some lawnmowers, because you know what I'm thinking? I'm like, okay, so I've managed to electrocute myself with my lawnmower. Do I get one that's not electric? Like, do I just get, like, not even a petrol one? Do I just get a push mower? Do I go old school? Answers on a postcard, because the only thing would be getting the blade sharpened, but how often do you need that? I don't know. Does anyone have a push mower? Maybe I should get one. I mean, it would be safer for me, because clearly I can't adult with electricity. Like, what made me pick up the cable while it was still plugged in? That's like electricity 101. Oh, anyway. It's been a day. I'm still alive. My hair's all fluffy. I'm tired. I want to just go to my bed with my book. I promise tomorrow will be a happy, chirpier reading vlog. Situ. It's a peaceful Sunday morning, so I'm hoping for less drama today and more books and more reading. So out with the doggos and then go for a quick swim, and then I'll come and chat to you about books. I'm hoping the swimming will be cathartic and help me with my drama of yesterday. I can't remember if I checked in on Sunday. Oh, I did this morning. So I went for my swim, my hair's dried, kind of like this, but I've been watching some booktube while I've been making dinner. I'm in the midst of making veg lasagna. So let's get some frozen veg in it and wheat and green lentils and mushrooms and stuff. So just doing the final touch of that. I use, sometimes I have to clean the corners off to fit on the dish. Been watching Jen Reading Life and Savage Reads on YouTube while I do this. Sunday Joys. I was working for 3 hours this afternoon, and I've been doing some washing and hoovering. Some tomato sauce. And the witch took mum home, so she's away home. She had a great weekend with us. It was nice having her over. She'll be back over next weekend because she's on her own. But she's got friends and appointments next week. So I'll be phoning to check in on her. But she's 85, isn't she? So she can look after herself. She is actually relatively independent. She's got a walking stick and uses mobility wheels. I just worry in case she falls in the house and stuff like that. But she's managed for 85 years so far, so I'm sure she'll be absolutely fine. Plus it's all, like, she lives in all in one level, so she's not got stairs like when she's here, which is good. And my wee sister made her loads of milk for the freezer before she went. So I think she'll be having that. I'm just doing the white sauce. And then, so it's already phoned her. She's taking one of my horror novels with her. I don't actually think she realises it's horror, so that'll be interesting. And so I'm making this, and then air frying. Sorry, I clearly can't talk to you properly and do this at the same time. Air frying some chips, big chunky chips in the air fryer. I'm vegan, so see, like, I just made this with flour, oat milk, and I use like nutritional yeast. It's kind of like flakes. We get B12. Kind of gives it like a nutty cheesy flavour, and then lots of seasoning and herbs. So I'm going to put some oregano on this. So far today there hasn't been any drama, so that's a good thing. The witch has been googling for some. Oh, I forgot to put bay leaves in when I was cooking it. I suppose we'll survive. He was googling some lawnmowers since, you know, I've had a lawnmower disaster. So he's googling them. Did ponder and push more, but I used to have one, and the witch has reminded me that when I got the electric one it was a game changer, so maybe I should stick with the electric. My garden isn't big enough to have a petrol one, plus imagine having a sit-on one. I mean, you'd need a big garden for that. And I don't. Well, I have a big garden. I'm lucky to have a garden inside, but it's not like, not massive. Anyone else make lasagna and just find it is the messiest thing to make? I mean, look at this. Look at all that dishes over there. Look at all that over it. Oh, let me show you. Let me show you the ceiling. That's the water damage. Thankfully, it's just aesthetic. It's just aesthetics. Need to get a new light now. Need to paint the ceiling. It's not like I didn't have loads of other stuff to do. Anyway, what a weekend it has been. But I have been listening to this book. What was it called? Inferior. It's about science and women, feminism, or lack of female representation in science, especially when it comes to medical science. I'm listening to it on audio and it is fascinating. I've got it on Everand, which used to be Scrib. So I'm consuming that and then getting really annoyed, as you do with feminist rage. So I'm reading that just now. So I'll put my Michelle blocked, my lasagna in the oven, and probably put my feet up and try and read more of the Glasgow Boys. And then later on I shall talk to you about the 3 library books I got out and 3 new books that have arrived this week. It's Saturday, it's not, it's Sunday even. Hey Papa. Hey Papa. You see her? You saying hello to your friend, Jonah? She's a wee sick. I genuinely think she's gone deaf. It's hard to tell the beagle because she spent most of her life just having selective hearing. So I don't think she's totally deaf, but I think she is. Even the dog walker said the truth in it's like sometimes she'll hear me rattling treats and other times not so. But normally about August time she gets her annual light booster. So when she's next in the vet I might get them, might check. Anyway, I was here to tell you about the books. Well, actually, my lasagna is almost ready and so are my chips, and I'm going to have a salad with it. It's going to have that and watch Lauren in the Books Patreon book club because we read Pet. So we'll be discussing that. Did I tell you about that last week? I'll tell you about it in my wrap up.
that will have come before this one. Anyway, so as you know, I went to the library and I picked up 3 books. The first one is The Book of Non-Binary Joy by Ben Pechy, Embracing the Power of You. I have no idea why I picked this up. I think I've seen it on someone's channel and thought that sounded interesting. Actually, I think I might have been looking for another book that I couldn't find, and so I found this in my library. So it's a book for those who are non-binary curious or non-binary or wanting to be an ally. So it says, I like the tone it's written in. Do you know, now that I see the author, I think I've seen them on social media. Oh, hello darling, and welcome to the Book of Non-Binary Joy. This book is here to help you be yourself, free from judgment and expectation. As you unlock more joy in your life, take my hand and let's start your journey of self-love today. Whether you're at the start of your journey or have been on a wild ride of gender introspection for a long time, this guide is here to help you thrive as your authentic and most fabulous non-binary self. With personal stories, valuable insights and interactive sessions, this book covers a wide range of topics including mental health, pleasure, fashion, understanding your past, allyship, privilege and self-expression. Written with the warmth and unapologetic humour and with bold illustrations throughout, Ben Pechy has created the ultimate safe space for you to embrace your non-binary life and start living. There are some nice illustrations in that one. It looks like quite digestible. So I picked that one up, and then I was listening to, this one's seen better days at the library cover. I was listening to a podcast where Paul Tremblay, the horror author, was getting interviewed about his new book, Horror Movie, I think it's called. Anyway, I did ask about that in Waterstones and they couldn't confirm. They said it had a weird kind of listing on their database, which it looks like it's due out on the 1st of July. But for some reason wasn't coming up anyway, so I'll check later. But it's called A Head Full of Ghosts by Paul Tremblay, and Stephen King blurbs it saying, scared the living hell out of me and I'm pretty hard to scare. It was the winner of 2015 Bram Stoker Award. The lives of the Barretts, a suburban New England family, are torn apart when 14-year-old Margaret begins to display signs of acute schizophrenia. To her parents' despair, the doctors are unable to halt Marjorie's descent into madness. As their stable home devolves into a house of horrors, they reluctantly turn to a local Catholic priest to help, and soon find themselves unwitting stars of The Possession, a hit reality TV show. Ooh, this sounds good. 15 years later, a best-selling writer interviews Marjorie's younger sister, Mary. She recalls the terrifying events that took place when she was just 8 years old. Long buried secrets and buried. And painful memories begin to surface, and a mind-bending tale of psychological horror is unleashed. Ooh, this sounds good. And then this one, I cannot remember why I reserved this. Not why and how it got on my radar for me to reserve it in the library. It's called Fishnet by Kirstin Innes. Let's see what it's about. 20-year-old Rona Leonard walks out of her sister Fiona's flat and disappears. 6 years on, worn out by a tedious job, childcare and the aching absence in her life, Fiona's mundane existence is blown apart by the revelation that, before she disappeared, Rona had been working as a prostitute. Driven to discover the truth, Fiona embarks on an obsessive quest to investigate the sex industry. As she is drawn into a complex world, Fiona makes shocking discoveries that challenge everything she believed and will ultimately change her life forever. Bittersweet, sensual and rich, Fishnet takes a clear-eyed, meticulously researched, controversial look at the sex industry and lives of sex workers, questioning our perception of contemporary femininity. Now, this has got on my radar for some reason and I can't remember why. Sounds good though. And I said to you earlier, I had acquired 3 books, but in actual fact I then had since remembered I required excuse me, 4, because I went to the book event for the book Deliver Me by Elle Nash, and it was like a duo author event. So here's the two of them. Elle Nash is the one with blonde hair, and the short cool bob is Kirsty Logan. And she was talking about a new book she had called The Unfamiliar, which was a memoir of queer motherhood. Sounded really, really good actually. So I'd probably, well, I would say I recommend it. I've not read it, but it sounded really insightful. I wasn't really up for a book about motherhood or pregnancy and birth. So, but she had quite a few of her other books there, and this one draw my attention. It's called Now She Is Witch. Can you imagine why I maybe picked this? Because the cover, delish. So this one is like, I literally had witch in the title and I loved the cover and I got her to sign it. I think I've heard good things that Things We See in the Dark is good. Hope you enjoy. Newbie. Said, this is a witch story unlike any other. Lux has lost everything when Elsie finds her. Alone in the woods, her family, her lover, her home, all burned. The world is suspicious of women like her, but Lux is cunning. She knows how to blend into the background, and she knows a lot about poisons. Elsie needs Lux's help to destroy the man who wronged her, but on their hunt they will uncover dark secrets that entangle them with dangerous adversaries. From the snowy winter woods to the bright midnight sun, from lost and powerless to finding your path, Now She Is Witch conjures a world where women grasp at power through witchcraft, sexuality and performance, and sometimes by throwing each other to the wolves. How good. Who does not enjoy a witchy story? Because we all know what witches are. Feminists. And here's to 3 all pre-orders. Well, two were pre-order and one I had to track down because I'm not sure it's actually got a publisher in the UK, so I had to order it from Forbidden Planet. So I'll talk about my first pre-orders. So I'm currently reading this, as you know, but the actual hardback came through. It's Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. So far I'm only 15-20% into the e-arc that I got. Basically you're following Ethan, who it starts in 1994 when Ethan is camping out in his backyard with his best friend Billy, and in the middle of the night Billy's been taken from their tent in the backyard of his garden and is never discovered. So this is like, is it 30 years later? Yeah, 30 years later, Ethan returns to his childhood home still desperate for answers. So, and he's moved to his childhood home and he's starting to get weird feelings in his little tiny neighbourhood about the people in the neighbourhood and what happened to Billy. It's all in all so far, but so far I'm like, I wish I could like have more time to read at the moment, which due to work and other commitments, that's not happening. The second one was I Was a Teenage Slasher by Stephen Graham Jones. I adore Stephen Graham Jones' writing. He wrote the Indian Lake trilogy, 2 of which I've read, and the 3rd one I haven't yet. So I adore his books. I really adore his writing actually. And this one, I think, well, when I was reading about it, I think there's little, like, I don't know if actual autobiographical, but there's a bit of I don't know. I might be making that up. I should really send fact check me. I have no idea if this is about him as a teenager. He's not a slasher, but he's not a serial killer in any shape or form, but I know he has a love of slashers. So it's set in 1989 Texas. Tolly, driver, 17, a good kid with more potential than application, exists on the outskirts with her best friend Amber. They navigate the hellscape of the teenage social scene, sticking together in a place that doesn't know how to be different. But when they go to a fateful party at Deke Masterson's house, a party that ends in a series of gruesome, brutal and extravagant murders. Tolly's world gets flipped upside down because some slashers are born in violence and retribution. Some were born that way, and some were just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Grady Hendrick blurbs this, and so does Christopher Golden, two horror writers I really like. Stephen's writing is a chainsaw, and every sentence in this book drips with blood. If you love slashers, I think you need to read this. And then Christopher Golden says, Stephen Graham Jones can't miss. Here for that. Also, look at this cover. A palm-sweating slasher that both satisfies and subverts its genre conventions. Esquire. And then last but not least, Josh Malerman, author of Bird Box, one of my favourite books. And weirdly read it after I'd seen the film, and it was stunning. I've read some of his short stories as well. This is the one I had to order from Forbidden Planet because I'm not 100% sure you can get this in the UK properly, like through a UK publisher. It's Del Rey Books. Anyway, wait to hear because it's got creepy kid vibes. So to 8-year-old Bella, so Bella is the narrator in this story, her family is her world. There's Mommy, Dado and Grandma Ruth. But there's also other mother. A malevolent entity who asks her every day, can I go inside your heart? When horrifying incidents around the house signal that other mother is growing tired of asking Bella that question over and over, Bella understands that unless she says yes, her family will soon pay. Other mother is getting restless, stronger, bolder. Only the bonds of family can keep Bella safe, but cracks in her parents' marriage are starting to show. The safety Bella relies on is about to unravel, but other mother needs an answer. Incidents around the house is a chilling, wholly unique tale of true horror about a family as haunted as their home. How good does this sound? I mean, the three that I kind of bought, well no actually, they're all pretty dark, aren't they? One's witchy folklore, one's like, kind of like Exorcist, Amityville vibes, but from a narrator. The other one's full-on slasher, and the other one is a dark thriller about a taken child 30 years ago. Excited. So this is my mini haul in this month's one. Look, I've got my 3 library books and 4 new books. How am I doing on my general reading challenges, the books that you asked me to read in June? Not very well. I'm going to carry the books that you've asked me to read in June into July. I'll do a July TBR. And I think from watching Jen's reading life earlier today, where she's going to go like a bit light in her July TBRs and not put a lot of pressure on herself, I think I'm going to do the same. I think I overcommitted. Well, I've committed to like reading books before I see them at author events, and then I've committed to some arcs. And so I need to stop, and then I keep taking books out of the library and then buying books. We know the drill. I'm just never going to read all the books I have all of the time. Anyway, so quick question. If you've watched to the bitter end, thank you for bearing with. I had a dramatic day yesterday. Today was chilled. Mum's back home. I'll be checking in on her during the week because she's on her own. But she'll be back next weekend, so you'll get to see a double mum. So, yes. She's also taken, I think I said, my Eric LaRocca book home, which is a literary horror novella of a weird level. So, I'm not sure what she'll find of that. I'm not sure she'll finish it. I think she only took it because it was a novella. So, yes, she will be doing that, and I'll bring her back over this weekend. And we'll have some more fun together. Yes. So, oh no, what was I going to ask you? Yes, that's what, I'm so easily distracted. My weekend reading vlogs. I do kind of share quite a lot throughout my weekend of just what I'm doing, tutoring around, pottering around. If I'm going out on Bookish days out, guaranteed you're there with me. But do you find the stuff that's not about reading or books, like what I'm cooking for my dinner, or the drama day that I had yesterday of like mowing my lawn and all that? Do you find that interesting? Because let me know, because I'm starting to wonder. I mean, a lot of you make lovely comments, but I was just thought, I don't want to, I mean, fundamentally my channel's about books, but I think the more I kind of make videos and the more I chat to you, I feel like I try to be my authentic self. I'm not a big oversharer, don't think. But yeah, anyway, I ramble, as always. Let me know what your thoughts are. Is there anything I could change? Is there anything you'd like to see less or more of? Anyway, I am welcome to your, is it friendly criticism? Yes, I'm open to that. Anyway, if you've watched this long, thanks for all your likes, comments, and if you like this and you don't already, please subscribe in the clicky button. I don't know why I say clicky button, because I'm not sure it actually clicks. And until next weekend, I shall see you again soon. Bye!